Fantasy series has been cranking out titles for 20 years now, turning an entire generation of role-playing gamers just a bit more effete.
There's been a lot of argument about which Final Fantasy game was the best. Now, a lot of people stand by 7 with, its cinematic cutscenes and intense emotion.
But we think a healthy argument can be made that the character, storyline, and non-linear gameplay of our next title puts it in tight contention for the title Best Final Fantasy Game.
Here's Final Fantasy VI for the GBA. It may not look like it now, but this is one of the best games of the year. Which is strange because it actually came out over a decade ago. You see, Final Fantasy VI was originally released for the Super Nintendo back in 1994, and it's finally arrived in portable form on the GBA. Now, games have changed a lot since then, but this one still holds up. As the story begins, you're controlling Terra, a young woman who's being used and abused by an evil empire for mysterious circumstances. She's saved by Locke, a member of the underground resistance determined to stop the bad guys. From there, you meet up with a bevy of colorful characters who aid you in your quest to defeat the evil Kefka. The already converted will be happy to know their favorite bits are still here. The shocking shattering of the world, the charming romance between Celis and Locke. Oh, and Moogles. Lots and lots of Moogles. The battle-scarred universe is rendered as beautifully as anything with 16-bit graphics can be. Yes, this is as close to 3D as the game ever gets. But who needs fancy looks when you have an ensemble cast and a plot that balances their storylines beautifully? And yes, it maintains the Pavlovian sound of victory you've come to salivate over. So what's new to the GBA version? Well, Advance contains 4 exclusive summons that aid you in your battle, and a brand new dungeon called the Dragon's Den. Ooh, sounds like the name of the rec room at MIT. But best of all, the game features a brand new translation that smooths out some of the rough patches from the original. And we can tell that Part 6 is special because it holds up much better than subsequent Final Fantasy games. All we remember about Part 7 is Aerith dying and a whole lot of Slash fan fiction starring Cloud and Sephiroth. All we remember about Part 8 is awkward ballroom dancing. All we remember about Part 9 is that Zidane looks like one of the Olsen twins, with a tail. All we remember about Part 10 is how much we hated Blitzball. And all we remember about Part 11 is... Actually, we repressed all memories of Part 11. It was an MMO. It looked like this. But Part 6 actually stands the test of time. With this much going for it, it's no wonder gamers have had their eyes on FF ever since it came out. We know a lot of younger players might be put off by the dated look, but trust us, the gameplay, the story, and overall feel are completely timeless. Don't be scared to give it a shot. Final Fantasy VI gets a 5 out of 5.
Catch an all-new X-Play, weeknights at 8, only on G4.